The Panzerkampfwagen 38T was a tank designed during the 1930s which saw extensive service during World War II. Developed in Czechoslovakia, the type was adopted by Germany following the annexation of the country. With the German army and other Axis forces, the type saw service in the invasion of Poland, France, and the Soviet Union. Production ended in 1942, but over 1,400 Panzer 38Ts were manufactured. It is important to note that the vast majority of the Czechoslovak tanks the German army used had never belonged to the Czechoslovak army. They were Czech designs built in Czech factories by Czech workers, but under German supervision long after the state had ceased to exist. Germany ordered continued production of the model because it was considered an excellent tank, especially compared to the Panzer I and Panzer II that were the Panzerwaffe's main tanks at the start of World War II. The main advantages of the Panzer 38T compared to other tanks of the day were high reliability and sustained mobility. For example, in one case, an armored regiment was supplied with tanks driven straight from the factory in 3 days instead of the anticipated week without any mechanical breakdowns. The Panzer 38T was also considered to be very easy to maintain and repair. They were a significant boost to the Panzerwaffe, but despite of the popular belief, the Czechoslovak tanks never measured to a third of Germany's tank arsenal. The ratio was around 10% of total German tanks during the French campaign and peaked at 23% of the deployed tanks at the start of the invasion of the Soviet Union. The Panzer 38T performed well in the invasion of Poland and France, but it was unable to effectively engage the frontal armor of medium, heavy, and infantry tank designs. At the start of Operation Barbarossa, the Germans found Soviet T-34 tanks to be superior, as the German 37mm PaK-36 anti-tank gun proved incapable of penetrating their armor. After the first clashes of German troops with Soviet tanks, which were superior to the German tanks, the German High Command immediately ordered the creation of a tank with inclined frontal plates and a 75mm long-barreled gun. At the end of 1941, the corresponding specification was issued, and in February of 1942, the process of reviewing designs began. Among the projects, a new Czechoslovak tank from Škoda was also considered. The tank was created taking into account the design features of the Soviet T-34. Engineers from the Czechoslovak company were preparing to submit their project if MAN and Daimler-Benz were denied a production patent. The tank's hull was very high, but all this was done for the comfort of the crew. The frontal and side armor plates were installed at large angles and had a thickness of up to 60 millimeters. The crew included a driver, a gunner radio operator, both were located in the frontal part of the hull, and a loader and a commander located in the turret. Several viewing devices were installed in the side armor plates. The turret was equipped with a powerful 75mm Škoda A13 cannon and a 7.92mm machine gun. An FUG-5 tank radio with a VIP antenna was also installed. The engine was installed in the rear of the hull. It was a 12-cylinder gasoline engine with a power of 380 horsepower. Objectively, the new T-25 tank was weaker armored than the Soviet tanks. The only real advantages were the gun and the speed, but this did not force the Germans to accept the new project. By the middle of 1942, the T-25 was completely ready, but by the time Germany had begun testing the future main battle tank, the Panther. The Škoda Werke disagreed with the decision of the military and continued to develop the project as a self-propelled howitzer. To implement the project, the designers had to make major changes in the basic design of the T-25. They reworked the body and redesigned the turret. The fully rotating turret was an interesting solution, but the German High Command did not accept this new project either, and the development was closed. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and to make sure you don't miss my future work, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel and press the bell notification button. Thank you and see you in the next video.